Converting percents into fractions, decimals. Our essential question is, what does the word percent mean, and how can we use this information to convert it? Percent. So the word percent comes from per. Per means sort of like a fraction bar, and cent comes from Latin meaning 100. For example, a century is 100 years. A centennial is when you celebrate your 100th anniversary. And cents, there are 100 cents in a dollar. And you'll see other examples of this too. So percent means over 100. What I mean by that is if you have 36%, what you mean is that 36 over 100, the fraction, 36 hundredths. The numerator is 36 and the denominator is 100. The same would be true of 720%. It would mean your numerator was 720 and your denominator 100. So whatever the percent is, whether it's 3 digits or 5 digits or 2 digits or 1, you make it your numerator. And you put it over 100 as your denominator. Because percent is parts out of 100. It means over 100. Test yourself. What does percent mean? Okay. So to turn a percent into a fraction, you write the percent as a numerator over a denominator of 100. Now, if you want to turn it into a decimal, you can use NIDO, numerator in, denominator out, to divide the fraction. On the next slide, we have an example. Oh, well, no, first we have some practice. Write 45% as a fraction below. Write 109% as a fraction below. And let's go back to this one quickly, 45%. This one would be, let me see if this is going to work for me. This one would be 45 over 100. At this point, you are correct, but this fraction can be simplified. You can divide this by 5, and you get 9. And then you can divide 100 by 5, and you get 20. So 45% is equal to 45 over 100, and when you simplify that, you would get 9 over 20. Okay, back to the next example. 109%. Okay, now here's an example of turning it into a decimal. 31%. We rewrite it as 31 over 100. If we want to make this into a decimal, we can use NIDO, numerator in, denominator out. So the numerator is 31 and the denominator is 100. So you do 31 divided by 100, and you end up getting 0 and 31 hundredths, this decimal here. And listen to how I just said that. 0 and 31 hundredths. So the way that we say that decimal is the same as the way we say this fraction. It's not a coincidence, because when you have a decimal, and you have it in the first place, you're putting it over a 10, a denominator of 10. When you have two places, you're putting it over a denominator of 100. So you'll notice that whenever we do NIDO with these fractions, you're going to end up with the same original percentage point with the decimal just moved over 2 spots. So here's some practice. Write 53% as a fraction and turn it into a decimal. And you're going to get 51 over 100, and when you divide it, you're going to end up getting 0 and 53 hundredths. 60% is going to be 60 over 100. And let's look at that. What can I divide both of these by? Well, I can divide them both by 20. It takes me a while to write on the computer, so I'm just going to write it like this. We divide by 20, And we get 3 over 5. And when you do Nito and you divide that, you're going to get one of our benchmark fractions. Excuse me. Cancel. Okay. So, summary. Answer the essential question. What does the word percent mean, and how can we use this information